So I came upon a character in my heart that has found her way up to the fort, probably 1910 or so. And she's working on Soapsuds Alley, repairing. She's helping to salvage materials to turn into other things. And she's working with the native women who are also intermarried with people who are working here at the fort to learn how to construct high tops, how to construct, heavy outerwear. We call them, they're not kuspuk because they're not from the far north, but that was a hooded heavy garment for upper body. And that they'd probably be using those materials and turning them into other things. And so this piece is kind of modeled on that idea. I've used all materials from the Upper Klehini Valley. There's a mountain goat hide that I've turned into a female form, upper bust form. She's got a little bit of a Victorian aspect to her shape as well, a little bit of a bustle going on. And so I just kind of wanted to take it. The mountain goat was the backbone essential for all fiber arts in the Chilkat Valley. All the weaving came from the mountain goat wool. And, so it's a very significant beast that we've all learned to live with and harvest and enjoy looking at, harvesting for meat and food and textile, materials. She kind of represents to me the landscape and how it's coped over many years, but particularly the last 150 years of changing ways. This is an amazing landscape, but boy, you tippy-toe over the Wells Bridge and it's a whole different universe up there. So this person comes from that realm, and she's welcoming the world that came all of a sudden very quickly. Very, very quickly. The universe changed. Two universes collided. The Tlingit universe, it evolved on this landscape, and it had not been disturbed or altered in the mythological worldview for centuries. And in a span of 8 to 10 years, less than that, from Sitka up, the universe turned upside down. I'm hoping that it will spark questions. When people look at it, I hope people will say, what the heck is that about? And because there'll be some surprises when I get it all put together. There's some surprising ends to it that I hope will entertain people, I guess. Well, I had these hanging in our little 20 by 20 the last couple of days, making sure they were pointing in the right directions, because it's a little bit of a compass rose. This little building will help us orient on the landscape. But there's two big pieces of raw sinew. It was used for snowshoes originally and many other things, sleds and all of that. So it's moose from up in the Yukon, and probably 25 or 30 years old but not been used, so it's going to dry like amber. It's beautiful. And that will support two individual pieces. So they're soaking right now to soften up before hanging. And then in this interesting looking field bag. This sleeping bag cover came from, everything in this project was something else that I've used for many, many years from our family. This was our son's first sleeping bag, Olrud Special, 58.95, I think, back in the very early 80s. Swedish Army down bag. I had to write him permission because it's still a favorite piece of fabric. But she fit in there beautifully. And she's not quite ready to be in the public yet. She's a little shy. stand her up so at least she gets used to being vertical here.